Off the coast of a deserted island, a scenario two of America's top survival experts will experience firsthand.
Cody Lundin is unlike any survival expert the audience has ever seen. He walks barefoot, lives by nature's rules, and embraces a survival philosophy that is not based on force or military tactics, but on harmony with the environment.
You see what little you really have in that coconut compared to what you think you have before you crack it open.
When Dual Survival premiered in 2010, he quickly became an icon thanks to his calm demeanor, extensive knowledge, and highly practical approach. Then, unexpectedly, in 2014, Cody abruptly left the show without a clear explanation from Discovery Channel. Fans were shocked, and rumors began to spread about behind-the-scenes conflicts. What really happened behind the scenes? The truth behind his departure might surprise you. Before things became tense, Cody Lundin had already built an impressive career in the survival field. His journey from a nature enthusiast to a renowned television personality is a story worth exploring. Cody Lundin did not approach survival as a career choice. It was an instinctual part of him from an early age. Born in 1966 in Arizona, USA, he grew up in close connection with nature, where harsh living conditions shaped his adaptability and survival skills early on. His family moved frequently, exposing him to diverse ecosystems, from arid deserts to wild mountain forests. These early experiences helped him develop a unique survival philosophy, not just about enduring the wilderness, but about existing sustainably and harmoniously with nature rather than fighting against it. While many perceive survival as a series of extreme physical endurance tests, Cody believes that understanding nature is more important than strength or weapons.
The only thing this place is missing is some big freaky dinosaurs and pterodactyls flying around.
This passion stayed with him throughout his life, leading him to delve deeper into how ancient humans survived without modern technology. He attended Prescott College, where he earned a degree in depth psychology and survival education, combining science, history, and hands-on practice. With a desire to share practical and sustainable survival knowledge, in 1991, Cody founded Aboriginal Living Skills School, ALSS, a training center focused on real-world survival skills.
The improved shelter will use less firewood and stay warmer.
Unlike military-style or extreme survival training programs, ALSS emphasizes traditional survival techniques, inspired by how indigenous tribes and ancient humans survived for thousands of years. His courses do not teach how to make weapons or fight, but instead guide students on how to gather food from nature, find clean water, build shelters using natural materials, and stay warm without large campfires. What sets Cody apart is that he teaches by example. He walks barefoot year-round, whether in scorching heat or freezing snow, proving that the human body can adapt to the environment if trained properly. He does not follow the trend of modern survival gear, but emphasizes that instincts and knowledge are more valuable than any tool. His school quickly gained attention from nature enthusiasts, ranging from those wanting to train for survival to those simply looking to reconnect with nature. ALSS became one of the most well-regarded practical survival training centers, attracting students from across the U.S. eager to experience Cody's methods. Cody's philosophy and ALSS's success caught the attention of Discovery Channel, a network specializing in science and exploration. As they were preparing to launch a new survival show called Dual Survival, they wanted someone who could bring a different perspective, one that wasn't just about strength or military tactics. Cody was the perfect choice. In 2010, he officially joined the show as one of the two main cast members alongside Dave Canterbury, a survival expert with a military background. The contrast between them created a major draw for the show. One relied on natural survival methods, while the other used military experience to tackle challenges. Right from the first episodes, viewers were captivated by Cody's unique approach. While Dave used knives, fire, and modern tools, Cody remained faithful to ancestral methods, finding food by observing nature, using stones to create tools, and making the most of available resources without disrupting the surrounding environment. This contrast not only made the show more engaging, but also helped audiences realize that survival is not a one-size-fits-all concept. Cody did not just teach, he demonstrated on screen that humans could survive without modern tools as long as they had knowledge and an understanding of nature. His distinctive lifestyle and calm demeanor made him one of the most beloved figures on the show. He was not just a survival expert, but also a role model for those who believed in living closely with nature. As Cody Lundin's popularity grew, behind-the-scenes conflicts began to surface. His survival philosophy did not always align with how the show operated, and this gradually led to unavoidable tensions. Tensions in the survival battle. The early episodes of Dual Survival focused on the dynamic between Cody and Dave Canterbury, a former soldier with a tough, pragmatic survival style. They were not alike. Their differences created an interesting balance. In spite of their differing viewpoints, they managed to cooperate. But over time, their differences became more apparent. Cody believed that survival did not have to be a series of reckless decisions or extreme physical endurance tests. He opposed wasting energy unnecessarily or putting oneself in danger just to prove a point. Meanwhile, Dave often sought quick solutions, even if it meant hacking through dense brush with a large knife or climbing down cliffs instead of finding a safer route. However, the tension between them did not last long. After 2 seasons, Dave Canterbury left the show due to controversies surrounding false claims about his military background. That meant Cody was about to have a new partner, one who would make things much more intense. When Joe Teddy joined the show in Season 3, their differences were no longer just an interesting contrast. They became fuel for a prolonged conflict. Joe was a former Special Forces operative with combat experience in some of the world's most dangerous regions. He carried a fight-to-survive mentality, a stark contrast to the harmony Cody pursued. While Cody believed in utilizing nature, Joe believed in sheer willpower and controlling situations through speed and decisiveness. These differences were not just personal, they were reflected in how they tackled each challenge on the show. Cody preferred a slow, analytical approach, assessing the environment and finding the most energy-efficient survival methods. Joe, on the other hand, wanted immediate action, whether that meant running miles through harsh conditions or taking risks to secure resources. Even in seemingly simple situations, conflicts arose. In one instance, Cody tried to explain how to find water by observing natural signs, while Joe insisted on digging a hole in the barren ground to search for underground water. Cody believed in patience. Joe believed in physical strength. The show gradually turned into a battle between 2 mindsets, rather than just a showcase of survival skills. Despite the tension, Cody remained committed to his mission, determined to bring genuine survival knowledge to the audience. Just when fans thought they would continue watching him on the show, things took an unexpected turn. In 2014, Dual Survival entered its 4th season, but things were no longer the same. The tension between Cody Lundin and Joe Teddy had reached its peak, both on-screen and behind the scenes. They could barely work together anymore, and Discovery Channel faced a tough decision: who to keep and who to let go. Then, out of nowhere, Discovery Channel announced Cody Lundin's dismissal. The official statement did not provide a clear reason, only citing creative differences. For the audience, this was a huge shock. Cody was more than just a host. He was the soul of Dual Survival, the one who kept the show's authenticity intact. But behind this vague explanation, the reality was far more complex. Shortly after Cody's departure, rumors began spreading among the media and fans. Insider sources revealed that Joe Teddy had threatened Cody, even going as far as making physical threats on set. According to some crew members, their conflict was not just about differing philosophies. It had escalated into a personal confrontation. Cody was known for his calm demeanor and aversion to conflict, but Joe was different. His military background had shaped a relentless, no-nonsense mindset, especially when challenged. People who witnessed the events claimed that, at least once, Joe crossed the line. The situation became so serious that Discovery Channel had to intervene immediately. While no one publicly disclosed what exactly happened, some sources stated that Cody felt so threatened that he requested safety assurances before continuing filming. The producers had to make a choice: Keeping both of them on the show would have made further production impossible. In the end, they decided to remove Cody, the one who was less dramatic, but also the one who had principles and frequently opposed things he deemed unreasonable. After being removed from the show, Cody did not stay silent. He spoke out about what had really happened, exposing a truth the audience had never known. Unveiling the truth behind a reality show, Cody revealed how the show had gradually lost its essence. What once was an educational survival program had turned into a dangerous spectacle, where dramatic scenarios were staged purely for ratings. According to him, Dual Survival was no longer about teaching real survival skills, but had become a carefully scripted action movie. He specifically criticized how the producers created unnecessary dangers. In one instance, they asked him and Joe to swim across an icy river, despite safer alternatives being available. In another, they suggested he climb a cliff without any safety equipment, just to increase the tension. Cody refused, arguing that this was not real survival, but a reckless gamble with their lives. But the more he objected, the more he became a problem for those who wanted to make the show more dramatic. What disappointed Cody the most was not being removed from the show, but how the producers deliberately distorted his image. After he left, some episodes were edited to make him seem ineffective or indecisive, when in reality, he was simply practicing safer survival methods. Malicious comments surfaced, accusing him of lacking the skills to continue on the show, severely damaging his reputation. Feeling that his reputation had been damaged, Cody did not stop at public statements. He filed a lawsuit against Discovery Channel, accusing them of defamation and claiming that their actions had severely impacted his survival teaching career. According to him, being removed from Dual Survival was not just about losing a job. It was a blow to his credibility among the thousands of students who had trusted his methods. Discovery Channel never publicly responded to the lawsuit, nor did they offer any further explanation for Cody's departure. But one undeniable fact remained. After he left, Dual Survival was never the same again. The show went through a revolving door of new hosts, losing its consistency and gradually alienating its loyal audience. For Cody, though the fallout was a major setback, he never abandoned his principles. Unlike these industrialized reality shows, his commitment to genuine survival education remained unchanged. The problem wasn't just the stage scenes. One of the biggest concerns Cody had was how these shows influenced their audience. Many people watched Dual Survival, Man vs. Wild, or Naked and Afraid and believed that these were real survival techniques. They assumed they could face the wilderness using the skills they saw on TV, without realizing that many of the scenes had been edited, cut, or supported by an off-camera crew. Cody repeatedly warned that if someone tried to imitate what they saw on television without truly understanding the techniques, they could put themselves in serious danger. For example, not everyone can swim across an icy river without risking severe hypothermia. Not every plant found in the wild is safe to eat. Some could be highly toxic. But television didn't emphasize those risks enough. It didn't always make it clear that the on-screen scenarios were not accurate reflections of real-life survival. And that was what frustrated Cody the most. True survival in the wild is vastly different from what audiences see on screen. In reality, people are not constantly facing life-or-death situations or extreme challenges every hour of the day. Real survival is about mindset, preparation, and adaptability, not about recklessly throwing oneself into danger just to prove something. But reality television demands something else: constant tension, danger, and high-stakes challenges. Viewers don't want to watch someone calmly search for a water source for hours or patiently build a safe shelter deep in the woods. They want action, risk-taking, bold decisions, and near-death moments. Because of that, many shows resorted to staging or exaggerating situations, turning them into dramatic spectacles to keep audiences engaged. Even if Cody had stayed longer, he probably wouldn't have tolerated these fabricated stunts for much longer. After leaving Dual Survival, Cody Lundin did not try to cling to television or seek another opportunity in the entertainment industry. He returned to where he truly belonged, in the wilderness, where survival principles were not dictated by scripts or television ratings. Life after Dual Survival Right after his contract with Discovery Channel ended, Cody returned to where he truly belonged, Aboriginal Living Skills School, ALSS. The school he founded in 1991 remained a center for practical survival education. But this time, he dedicated all his time and energy to developing it, completely stepping away from the spotlight. Without the pressure of a television show, Cody could teach according to his philosophy, without catering to the demands of any producers. He organized survival courses for those who wanted to learn how to live in harmony with nature, not by recklessly burning energy, but by understanding the laws of the environment and using them sustainably. Students from all over the world came to ALSS to participate in these courses. There were no cameras, no scripts, only real lessons where they had to face the wilderness, learn how to find water, build shelters, and survive without relying on modern technology. For Cody, this was the true essence of survival, not stage scenes or dramatic challenges designed purely to attract television viewers. Beyond teaching in person, Cody continued to share his expertise through books. He wrote several survival guides, allowing readers to learn and apply survival skills even if they couldn't attend his courses. Two of his most notable books are 98.6 Degrees, The Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive, a detailed guide on maintaining body temperature and surviving in extreme conditions, and another one is When All Hell Breaks Loose, Stuff You Need to Survive When Disaster Strikes, a book that not only discusses survival in the wilderness, but also provides crucial knowledge for emergency situations in modern life. Both books were highly praised for their practical, no-nonsense approach, true to Cody's style. They weren't just for survival enthusiasts, but were also valuable for anyone who wanted to be better prepared for emergencies. Aside from writing, Cody occasionally participated in workshops and teaching events, where he could directly share his knowledge with those genuinely interested in real survival skills. Since leaving Dual Survival, he has rejected every offer to return to reality television. In spite of receiving multiple invitations to join other shows, he refused to repeat the unpleasant experiences of his past. Cody never denied the appeal of reality TV, but he also understood that it didn't accurately represent real survival. To him, shows like Dual Survival may have started with an educational purpose, but once commercialized, they became more about entertainment than delivering real knowledge. His disappointment with how reality TV distorted survival principles led him to distance himself from Hollywood, choosing instead to focus entirely on direct teaching and publishing books. He believed that those who truly cared about survival would seek out trustworthy sources of knowledge rather than relying on dramatized television content. Even though he no longer appears on television, Cody Lundin still has a loyal following and remains highly influential in the survivalist community. Cody's enduring philosophy. Those who followed him on Dual Survival still regard him as an authentic survival expert, untouched by fame or money. In the survivalist community, he is respected not only for his knowledge, but also for his unwavering commitment to his principles. He never changed his style to fit trends or audience expectations. He still walks barefoot, maintains a minimalist lifestyle, and firmly believes that survival is not about combat. It is about understanding nature. Social media has become a place where fans can still connect with Cody. Though he isn't overly active on these platforms, he occasionally shares lessons, philosophies, and glimpses of his current lifestyle. Leaving Dual Survival did not diminish Cody Lundin's value in the survival community. On the contrary, it reinforced his reputation as someone who never compromised his principles. He may no longer appear on television, but his teachings live on through his books, his classes, and the thousands of students who have learned from him. Fans often wonder whether Cody's family supported him the way his followers do. The truth is, his family has always stood by him and supported his philosophy of life. This was evident when he faced conflicts with the television network. Although Cody is an independent person who rarely pays attention to public opinion, those close to him couldn't help but worry when he became entangled in a major dispute with Discovery Channel. Being removed from the show didn't just affect his reputation. It could have impacted the survival education career he had spent years building. Some of Cody's close friends believed that speaking out against the injustices of reality TV was a bold move, but also one full of risks. His family, though they remain out of the public eye, reportedly supported his decision to step away from television and return to his original survival philosophy. They understood that, for Cody, nothing was more important than maintaining honesty and authenticity in survival education. While many people would compromise to maintain their television careers, Cody chose to walk away rather than lose his integrity. There is no known information about whether his family was involved in his legal battle, but what is clear is that they stood by him throughout that difficult time. They recognized that this was not just a personal issue, but also a statement about how reality television can distort the truth and damage the reputations of true experts. Though he is no longer at the center of the television industry, Cody continues the life he has chosen, and his loved ones remain by his side on that journey. Dual Survival may have continued without Cody, but in the eyes of many, the show lost its true essence. It was no longer an educational survival series. It became a stage where dangerous situations were scripted for entertainment. By walking away, Cody proved that he didn't need television to validate his worth. He created a lasting legacy, a true survival philosophy, a training system that helps people reconnect with nature without Hollywood's embellishments. In a world where truth and image often blur together, Cody Lundin remains one of the few who stay true to themselves. He never traded his principles for fame, and that is what makes him a legend in the hearts of those who truly understand the value of survival. What do you think about Cody's survival philosophy? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos.